The Atacama Desert, a sea of sand and the driest place on Earth. Located in northern Chile, in South America, it is one of the driest places on the planet. With landscapes that resemble the surface of Mars, dormant volcanoes, and a breathtaking starry sky, it offers a unique experience for adventurers. Approximately 1,000 kilometers long, it rarely rains there, as the ocean currents from the Pacific Ocean cannot reach the desert due to its altitude. Thus, when they evaporate, the humid clouds discharge their contents before reaching the desert, which can leave it during periods of drought. Most of the desert is made up of rocky terrain, salt lakes, salt flats, and sand. Temperatures in the desert vary between 0 degrees Celsius at night and 40 degrees Celsius during the day. Due to these conditions, there are few cities and towns in the desert. One of them, very well known, is San Pedro de Atacama, which has just over 5,000 inhabitants and is located at an altitude of 2,400 meters. Because it is very isolated, it is considered an oasis in the middle of the desert and the main meeting point for travelers from all over the world, backpackers, photographers, astronomers, scientists, researchers, motorcyclists, and adventurers, in addition to having a busy life, even after midnight, with bars and restaurants packed and people talking and planning the next day. The region was first inhabited by the Atacaminos, a people from the region together with the civilization of the native Immerse, both of whom left an invaluable legacy in archaeological terms, hence its name Atacama Desert. This wealth is kept in important museums, including the San Miguel de Azapa Museum located in the Azapata de Jura Valley, 12 kilometers from Arica, and the Del Padre Lupage Museum in San Pedro de Atacama. The region's terrain is quite diverse in terms of both altitude and formation, ranging from altitudes almost at sea level to 6,885 meters, as in the case of the Ojos del Salado volcano. There are also areas marked by erosion, dunes, and mountains. The soil is diverse, but is basically composed of salt and sand. Why is the Atacama so dry? The combination of several climatic factors contributes to the extreme aridity of the Atacama. Sea currents, the Humboldt Current, which flows along the Chilean coast, cools the air and prevents the formation of clouds, drastically reducing rainfall. Mountains, the Andes mountain range forms a natural barrier, blocking humidity from the Amazon. Anticlones, high atmospheric pressure systems contribute to the stability of the climate and the absence of rainfall. An oasis of life in the midst of aridity. Despite the extreme conditions, the Atacama is home to a rich biodiversity, adapted to a hostile environment. Flora, cacti, thorny bushes, and lichens are some of the few plants capable of surviving in this desert. Fauna, small rodents, lizards, birds, and insects find ecological niches and feed on seeds and other scarce resources. The climate is hyperarid, with annual rainfall levels expected to be around 1 millimeter in some areas. Despite this, there is a wide variation in temperature. Hot days can exceed 30 degrees Celsius, while nights can drop to below zero. One of the many impressive attractions is the Valle de la Luna, Valley of the Moon, which is one of the most impressive attractions in the Atacama Desert. Famous for its surreal landscapes that resemble the surface of the moon, it is a must-see destination for anyone visiting the region. The formation of the valley is an impressive mark of time that was sculpted over millions of years by the action of wind and water that formed dunes, canyons, and unique rock formations. We also have some giants, perfect for panoramic views and contemplation. Salt caves, tunnels formed by mineral deposits, with walls that shine under the light. Mirador Piedra del Coyote, iconic observation point to enjoy the sunset. Trails, paths that lead to unique formations, such as the Tres Marias, natural stone sculptures. The most famous sunset viewpoint, it is especially famous for the spectacle of the sunset. As the sun sets, the colors of the landscape change, with shades of orange, red, and purple illuminating the sky and the rocks, creating an unforgettable scene that is unlike anything else on Earth. That is why it is called a part of Mars on Earth. Speaking of things from another planet, the desert is home to the Techo Geysers. These are large columns of steam that come out to the surface through fissures in the Earth's crust, reaching temperatures of 85 degrees Celsius and 10 meters high. One of the most fascinating attractions in the Atacama Desert, located at an altitude of about 4,320 meters above sea level. This geothermal field is the largest in the southern hemisphere and the third largest in the world, offering a unique experience amidst the extreme nature of Chile. It is located about 90 kilometers north of San Pedro de Atacama. The steam released can reach heights of up to 10 meters, especially in the early morning. The geysers are formed by the interaction between the concentration of magma and cold underground waters, which heat up and emerge under pressure, causing a huge curtain of smoke to come out of the center of the Earth. The Taisho geysers are formed when hot underground rivers come into contact with icy rocks due to the very cold ambient temperature and cause the steam formed to rise to the surface through the soil. The temperature in the area is usually negative, varying between 0 and -20 degrees Celsius depending on the time of year. Speaking of strange things, there is also the Sala de Atacama. As the name suggests, a pile of salt in the middle of the Atacama Desert. The Sala de Atacama is a salt desert in Chile, a place with incredible landscapes. It is surrounded by mountains and has no outlets for water drainage. This salt desert is about 3,000 km superscript 2, 1, 2, measuring 100 kilometers long by 80 kilometers wide, at an altitude of 2,300 m. Yes, it is huge. The region is home to species of flamingos and other birds, such as rheas, geese, ducks, and also mammals such as guanacos, vicuñas, alpacas, and llamas. As incredible as it may seem, it is a place where countless species of life live. Truly impressive. Formed by the evaporation of water rich in minerals over millions of years, leaving a crust of salt on the ground. The terrain is covered by an irregular layer of salt, formed by the crystallization of minerals brought by thick rivers. The contrast between the white soil, the blue sky, and the mountains in the background creates a unique and surreal scene. For astronomy lovers, the desert is a real treat. The absence of light pollution and the high altitude make the sky one of the best places in the world to observe the stars. The photo shows one of the many salt lagoons looking up at the sky and calmly reflecting the night sky near San Pedro de Atacama. Cosmic dust fragments, star clouds, and nebulae from the central region of the Milky Way rise in the east beyond a horizon dotted with volcanoes. Near the ecliptic, the bright planets are immersed in the visible band of the zodiacal light of the solar system, which extends upward and to the left from the galactic center. Above the horizon and to the south, on the right side of the image, are the small and large Magellanic Clouds, satellite galaxies of the Milky Way, said Sergio Sacani. Economic and scientific importance. Lithium extraction. The Sala de Atacama contains one of the largest reserves of lithium in the world, a mineral essential for the production of batteries. The extreme environment is used for research into life in inhospitable conditions. The Atacama Desert, known as the Earth's Mars, was formed over millions of years due to a combination of unique geological, climatic, and geographical factors. Effects of the mountain ranges. Andes Mountain Range acts as a natural barrier to moist winds coming from the east. When these winds reach the mountain range, the moisture condenses and precipitates on the eastern slopes, leaving the western side, where the Atacama is located, extremely dry. Coastal Mountain Range, another natural barrier that blocks moisture coming from the Pacific Ocean, preventing rain from reaching the desert. Humboldt Current. The Humboldt Current, a cold ocean current that runs along the coast of Chile and Peru, cools the air over the Pacific. Because the cold retains less moisture, there is less evaporation and formation of rain clouds, contributing to the arid climate of the Atacama. Rain shadow effect. The Atacama is located in a rain shadow region, where mountain ranges block the flow of moisture, creating an extremely dry environment. Geographical position. The proximity to the tropics. Now I'll stop here. If you liked the video, like and share it.